Today we have a timepiece that I've referenced many times on our channel, but I've never had a chance to get my hands on one to actually record it. And spoiler, if you're a James Bond fan, you're gonna love today's video. Today we are reviewing the 60th anniversary James Bond Seamaster Diver 300M. It was actually released in 2022 to mark 60 years of James Bond on screen. And this piece pulls direct inspiration from the watch Bond wore in GoldenEye back in 1995, which was the first Omega that James Bond ever wore. The dial is crafted from oxalic anodized aluminum in a rich blue tone with laser-engraved waves that really pop under light. And in a subtle nod to the anniversary, Omega swaps out the usual inverted triangle at 12 for a commemorative 60 on the bezel. Super slick detail for Bond fans. We also have a big surprise and the most interesting part of this timepiece on the caseback, which we will talk about later on in the video. But the question here will be, even with its interesting quirks, will this be the best current Bond watch? Or even a better option versus the blue ceramic Seamaster with a mesh bracelet? Let's find out. Welcome everyone, it's Chris with the Little Treasury channel, where we bring you original and in-depth watch content at least once per week. And if you haven't already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be alerted as soon as we upload. I'm from Little Treasury Jewelers, which is located in Gambrills, Maryland, and it's where you go when you're in the know. And if you can't make it to our store, check out our cutting-edge, user-friendly website, littletreasury.com, which is linked to our inventory in real time. All watches that I review are for sale and can be purchased, so please see our website or see the description below to contact us. If you're just joining us now, I'll go over the watch's detailed measurements and features, then I'll offer my personal opinion at the end. In our last video, I reviewed the Omega Seamaster Diver 300M Bronze Gold on Bronze Gold, which has a stunning all bronze gold look with a maroon and black color scheme that just goes great with the bronze tone. It is basically a clone of today's watch in many ways, aside from the Bond references. This piece is definitely one that will grab attention and feel special, so I recommend checking this out if you're looking for something along those lines. Wrist check time. Today I'm wearing my James Bond watch. This is the only other James Bond watch that's current. This is the No Time to Die Seamaster Diver 300M. It's very light, I love the unique color, and I wear this one all the time. It just really speaks to me. So tell me which watch you're wearing while you're watching the video, and make sure to tell me why. Now let's get on to the features. The Omega Seamaster Bond 60th Anniversary Diver 300M has a 42.1mm case width, a 14.2mm thickness, a 49.7mm lug-to-lug, a 19.9mm lug width, a 31.3mm crystal diameter, and it weighs in at 157.84 grams. The case is made out of stainless steel, and the top of the case has swoops of high polish at the edges with matte finish on the sides. A helium escape valve can be found at the 10 o'clock position, which is only useful if you're inside of a submersible decompressing. And a screw-down crown can be found at the 3 position with the Omega logo. The sapphire crystal is curved and sits slightly above the bezel. The bezel insert is made of oxalic anodized aluminum and is in dark blue with a white diving scale. It has a 60 at the 12 instead of the inverted triangle to represent the 60th anniversary of Bond. It turns unidirectionally as expected for a true dive watch. Now let's go ahead and see how it performs. So the bezel feels great, it's very precise. When you turn it, the clicks are very crisp, but of course, just like all Seamaster Diver professionals, just like all Seamaster Diver 300Ms, it's a little hard to grip, especially with a glove. But that's okay, it's still a top tier bezel in my opinion. The dial is made out of aluminum and has laser engraved waves, which are a throwback to the 1995 iconic GoldenEye Seamaster. The dial markers are all applied and are in white, and it has rectangles for the 3, 6, and 9 with dual rectangles at the 12 and circles for the rest. Around the edge you will see brackets in white which represent the minutes in between the larger markers. Omega and Professional can be found in white and Seamaster at the top center of the dial. The hour and minute hands are sword style with a lollipop style second hand in white, which is unique to this model. Co-Axial Master Chronometer 300M/1000 feet can be found at the bottom middle portion in white. Lume can be found on all of the dial markers, all markers, and numerals on the bezel, and on the hour, minute, and second hands. On the caseback, Omega brings the Bond magic to life. Through the sapphire crystal, you'll see the iconic gun barrel sequence, with Bond in silhouette, animated in a super cool moiré effect. It's not just for show either. The movement in the animation is actually synced with the lollipop second hand as it sweeps around the dial. It's a subtle but seriously fun tribute to 007 that plays every time the watch is running. Beneath the animation, you can see the 8806 caliber. The movement is Omega's 8806 automatic co-axial caliber, which is meta-certified to be between losing 0 and gaining 5 seconds per day. It has a 55-hour power reserve, beats at 25,200 beats per hour, and is anti-magnetic to a crazy 15,000 Gauss. Being coaxial, it will give you a service interval of 6 to 8 years, which is significantly longer than the usual 3 to 5 that you see on most watches. The bracelet is Omega's mesh bracelet in stainless steel, with a folding clasp with the Omega logo at the top. The Omega Seamaster James Bond 60th Anniversary Divers 300M is 300 meter water resistant. It's not a limited edition, but it is a special edition that's actually very hard to get, and it can be yours currently for $8,300. Now for my personal opinion. This piece is absolutely a collectible for any Bond fan, and Omega has subtly added Bond references here in a way that doesn't scream Bond all over the place, which I do really appreciate. The Bond watches lately are under the radar stealth kind of pieces, and the way that you can really tell the difference between this and the new black dial no-date Seamaster is the 60 at the 12, and the dark blue color, which is unique to this timepiece. Like all Seamasters, they look great on my 6.5-inch wrist and wear very comfortably. This will look like a more subdued version of the regular ceramic Seamaster, and will be very similar if you put the mesh bracelet on the regular one. If you ask me, this feels more refined, but when I wear mine at work, I get people asking me if I'm wearing the Bond frequently, and nobody seems to even notice the difference. They are significantly different though, with the very shiny dial and bezel, and much brighter blue tone on the ceramic one. We also have the No Time to Die Seamaster as a current Bond option, and this one is not only titanium, but has a unique tropical brown color that makes it completely different from any other option out there. And it's my personal favorite since you can tell right away that it's special, but it is still very subdued. I think that the 60th Anniversary Bond will be more of a collectible piece since it has the very awesome animation on the caseback, which people will love for years down the road. But when you look at it from the front, it mostly looks like a great looking Seamaster, just an evolution of the original Seamaster Professional, which was launched with GoldenEye. If you ever played the N64 game, you'll notice that the pause screen is a Seamaster, and for me the nostalgic aspect here is a big deal. And that is kind of the main reason that I recommend this piece, because it has a nostalgia factor, and is the true remake of the original aside from the mesh bracelet, which is a bonus in my opinion. The thing is though, now we have the black dial no-date Seamaster, which is a non-Bond branded version of this piece exactly, and you may even like that color better. But even with the similar version out now, I'd say that this Bond watch will be very collectible and will be for true Bond fans, or just people who want a great looking dark blue dialed Seamaster. Thanks for watching today, everyone. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. And of course, if you did, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share with all of your friends and your family members too. I look forward to seeing you next video.